All right, welcome to the second episode of Reality Rundown, where we're recapping the second episode of Big Brother All Stars with myself and my co-host Christian Holman.
It's great to be here. Second episode, very exciting. Good episode tonight.
Yeah, I mean it
What?
started with just the move in, which we kind of already saw a little bit afterwards. It wasn't much. They kind of just walked around, looked at everything. Nothing really stood out. Nobody. I mean, Kaser and Janelle kind of awkward when they saw each other or like talked to each other first in the bathroom with everybody. Like
Oh yeah, that was so awkward at the
trying to
beginning.
act like they didn't know each other, but clearly they had like kept in touch and clearly know each other.
Yeah, at the beginning, Janelle seemed very uninterested, and then later on in the episode, Kaser is one that seemed a little bit more uninterested in the other. So, wonder how that dynamic's gonna work.
They're gonna. Yeah, I mean,
Oh, I think they're gonna work together definitely.
100%.
But Kaser's a little bit. Kaser's like a little surprisingly dry. I figured he'd have a lot more personality,
Yeah,
but
I think he's just older and doesn't. I mean, it's gonna be hard for him to connect with.
He's slow and what is it? Slow and steady. He's playing slow and steady. He's trying to win the race.
It starts with just like DR is just casual. But Janelle in the DR said that she definitely could trust Kaser and wanted to work with Kaser. So there's that. Oh, Nicole and Davon. What'd you think about that?
That was kind of shocking. Which it doesn't really shock me because Davon does that like all the time. Where as soon as someone leaves a room, she shoots the camera
But
a look.
no, so Nicole never thanked Davon after her season for her vote, which her vote
Yeah,
gave her the win. So like she had
yeah.
never thanked her, never really talked to her about it. So then as soon as she shows up, she's like, "Oh, like thank you, changed my life," and like crying. And then like as soon as she leaves, Davon's like, "Yeah, like I don't buy this. Like I'm not gonna like this is stupid."
Yeah,
Like
definitely. Which I mean, she's saying it in her DR, so I think she probably means it. But it's funny because there's no way she's gonna be able to express that
no,
unless she
especially
literally
since
jumps in front of a bullet for her.
yeah,
So, and
so
even then,
stupid.
it's still like, is that her serving her game? Is probably what Davon's gonna think. So,
Exact, yeah, 100%. And then Kaser, it goes back to him. He's just like, I'm gonna talk to everybody. I'm gonna get on everybody's good side. I'm just gonna try to connect with people, which I think it's still gonna be hard for him because he's so old. But we'll see. I don't know. He tried with David. It showed. I mean,
yeah, I don't think he's gonna have too much of a problem connecting with people necessarily based on the old, because a lot of them are kind of old.
true. Yeah.
So I think that's gonna be kind of beneficial. I think you might see the younger people struggling to connect a little
I just think
bit.
there's a clear divide in like old and new. Like
Yeah,
it's
I got a
very.
feeling that we're gonna see if the young people aren't in power, them really struggling to get a foothold. But with Cody winning early on, it may be setting them up for that. But I think you're gonna see an oldie alliance that might be kind of strong.
If they can hang on. And then it goes to Nicole and Cody.
Cole and Cody,
Nicole
that
and
just
Cody, which
surprised me. Yeah,
no, I mean they
whenever
were
I
on
was
their season together, so
yeah, I was reminded of that. I was like, whoa, yeah, that makes total sense. I think they're gonna be a Memphis. Oh yeah, and then with the Memphis and them being a duo too, a little later on. So
yeah.
that,
So
that,
I think
that shocked me.
I
Those
think they're
two I
gonna
thought were gonna work together.
they're definitely I think they're gonna work together. And then Cody even went in the DR and said that he trusts Nicole and wanted to work with her. Like there was no bad blood anywhere. Just they were good. But yeah, during that talk with Nicole, they were talking about nominations, and he threw out Keisha, and Nicole was like, I don't know about Keisha, maybe like Janelle, because Kaser was definitely number one. Kaser was going up,
Yeah,
like no doubt. That was one of the nominations, and then he threw out Keisha, and she was like, I like Keisha, like I don't know about Keisha, but maybe Janelle, like Janelle and Kaser, and he was like, but I think Cody wants to work with Janelle. He just wants to get Kaser out of the equation, but.
that's definitely possible. That would make sense at least. I mean, she's a powerhouse. I mean, I think he's kind of scared of her though, especially whenever he had his conversation with Janelle, where you could tell she went in and she was very charismatic, where she could be a little persuasive in little one-on-one talkings and whatnot. So he might be a little.
Well, and then
I
like
think
so
she may have scared him a little bit, especially
true,
playing tonight too.
but like she was like, "Do you think I should play?" And he didn't just straight up say no. He was like, "Well, I mean, I think if it were
Yeah,
me,
he,
I
he
would play.
literally said, "I would do it."
I would do it." So like, if you
Yeah,
don't
so
want her to play and you want to put her up potentially, don't like just be like, "No, you shouldn't play," and then put her up. Like, there's
yeah,
no.
which I think I don't think he wanted to show any cards, but I
But
think
at a
you did
certain
show
point,
some cards by
you
saying I would play. I think that was pretty telling.
like I would definitely go and play if I heard that. Like
Yeah,
you're not.
they didn't seem to make a big point of it in production though.
No.
Especially because as soon as he said it, production cut to his DR being like, "I don't trust this girl."
Yeah. Yeah.
So
Yeah.
I mean, maybe he meant it, but I don't know.
And then it goes on to it's just basically this whole episode. Well, the first 30-40% of it was just people talking to people and everything, and then that's whenever it goes to Tyler and Cody in the HOH room, where it's like it cuts to DR, and then it's like, I trust Tyler, I want to work with Tyler, but it's gonna take some time for him. He's got to open up to me. I'm not just gonna like automatically trust him, which is smart. Like I agree with that.
Makes sense. I mean, you saw that. I'm sure you probably saw how Tyler played previous season,
and it's recent, so it's on everybody's mind. But yeah. I do think they're going to have a solid connection, but who knows how long it's going to take.
I think that'd make a lot of sense for them to be pretty close there. I don't
know. They're similar. They're very similar.
Same energy there.
Yeah, 100%. So this is when the episode goes to the safety suite, and what is your thoughts on the safety? Just on
safety suite was
the
awesome.
surface.
I mean, that was the coolest looking place. I mean, that was awesome.
Well, no. So that's not part of the house. It's another studio. So they had to leave, go to another studio.
Not actually.
That's why it's so big. Yeah, no.
I thought it was actually the door. It'd be pretty cool if you could, if they were able to stay in it. You in it, you're in it. You know, that'd be cool.
Like I thought it was gonna be like a bedroom or something where they got to stay, or like something. I thought it was gonna be like something where they were gonna. But no, it's
since not to call it a safety suite. What is the theme this season? Like, is the theme is
pass? I think it's just pass. I don't really know.
VIP. I don't know.
I don't know. But no, I was wondering because I thought whenever they first walked in there, that was going to be something more than just the comp because it was so big. But then I found out that it was another studio. So it's just they literally leave, go to the studio, come back. And
which I mean, if it's that big, you can definitely expect probably some physical comps or
maybe
at least some.
Well, there's only 2 more. There's only 2 more weeks of it.
Oh, there's only two
weeks of suite. Yeah, there's 3 weeks of safety suite. Yeah. So so the safety suite is you have a pass, and if you don't feel safe or for whatever reason you want to play, you go scan your pass. You have an hour to like decide when it comes up, and if you play, then you can't play the following next weeks, which it's 3 weeks. And so that's what didn't make sense about Janelle and Kaser was why didn't I know why, but they both played when one of them.
Well, what I think is the way that's going to work is one of 2 ways. First of all, they would play. Janelle would go and play after Kaser, just in case Kaser doesn't win.
Okay, so
in case it's one of those comps.
That's why it happened.
Even be whenever you're given safety, if you're the +1, that counts as you entering the room.
No, that's That's not it. But no.
Well, that seems a little unfair.
It does, but
it's only 3 weeks long. You can get 2 weeks of it for free.
But the problem was so Janelle wasn't clear on the rules. She thought that like if Kaser goes in, there's a chance he doesn't win, and then no one gets it.
Yeah.
But that's not the case. That's not the case. Like now they know that if Kaser would have went alone, he just automatically gets it. And so then
they should probably spread the news that
it's not like
that.
It
works. Exactly.
It's not like that.
They should probably be telling
but
people,
it completely,
have to win. It was so hard.
Yeah, which honestly, that comp was hard. Like, I was stunned it was as hard as it was. You might think the opposite, but I thought it was.
You know, at first I thought it was hard, but then whenever I saw that it buzzed whenever you got it wrong, that made it a lot easier.
Did it? But I thought that was just production throwing that in there.
No. But as soon as you messed up, it told you messed up. So now you're just going 1, 7, 5. Boom,
so you can remember like the Okay.
Which
well, then that's
I thought the song was pretty sick. That was a pretty sick beat.
Twinkle, twinkle,
I
little
never
star.
wanted to sing Twinkle, Twinkle, Little Star more.
So Kaser wins safety suite and chooses Janelle, obviously, and then she has the costume. But then it goes to Enzo and Cody up in the HOH room, which I thought that was going to be a definite, like, they were going to work together, but it's clear now that they're really tight.
Say that again? I was
Enzo and Cody
about Janelle's suit.
Enzo and Cody, they're working together. What do you like? I figured that would happen. They're both in Jersey. I'm sure they know each other.
Definitely. That makes all kinds of sense. Enzo looked like such a gangster tonight.
Dude, he's been like that. He's been like that the whole time. He's been like that the whole time.
I mean,
Life feeds like he literally has a sweatshirt and sunglasses on, and apparently he sleeps and he gets called out for it.
Yeah, I mean, I like it. I think what's her name? The gambler, Daquan.
Davon.
Davon is I think she'll definitely see right through it because that's a poker face. That's a poker look right there.
I mean,
but
we'll see. And then
I loved that outfit.
Then nominations. So when Kevin goes to the storage room and starts crying, I was like, oh
man,
no, this is tough. This is brutal.
That was so hard.
Yes.
I mean, how are you supposed to vote nominate the
guy? Right after that. It's like he's crying, like I don't fit in, like all this stuff.
I think he should have used that card like
a little earlier.
Like at least an hour earlier. But like I mean, just any amount of time. Because I mean, let Cody let it stew. You know, I mean, Cody.
Yeah. You can't like the day of nominations like throw your card. Like you got to work on this like a few days before. Like gradually start talking, get to know each other. Like when nominations come, if you're on the outs, you're on the outs. Like there's no
absolutely
there's no going back at that point.
Yeah, by that time he's already decided, which he already had, and then he was so upset that he was going to nominate the dude, which was hilarious.
But so the nominations come. It's Keisha and Kevin. Any thoughts there?
Not really. I don't know how I feel about Keisha. She seems
she's not done much. She's not done much.
She just kind of seems out of place, which I'm sure she's kicking herself for not playing in the or attempting to play in the safety suite competition.
I don't know why. Like, why did she not play? What was her she
didn't want to make a target on herself, but
she literally had talked all day like I think I'm going up, I think I'm going up, I think I'm going up. Safety suite comes and then she doesn't play. It's like, what are you doing? Like,
she definitely overthought that situation there.
100%.
Yeah,
she 100% should have played.
I don't know if she would have beat Kaser time because Kaser killed that competition.
Yeah, 7 minutes 55 seconds. Yeah,
that was
Janelle was 16 minutes and 30 seconds.
Yeah,
so it's like there's a big gap there. I don't think she would have beat it, but you gotta. I mean, if you think you're going up,
if your gut says
they're giving you a competition to save yourself. Yeah,
I mean, the worst thing that happens is you lose the safety,
and you go up anyways.
Yeah, so
there is no either way.
Yeah, it
doesn't make any sense whatsoever. I'm trying to think if there's what they showed. Because I watch live feeds, you don't. So there's stuff that I know.
Talk about some live feeds. I mean, I'll throw out my opinion.
Well, I mean, I don't think do you want to know?
Yeah, sure.
I mean, there's just a lot of moving parts. I'm gonna tell you stuff but there's I just know Nicole is just moving all different angles. Nicole Franzel, she's moving different angles. She's got Ian, Cody with Cody, Nicole, Enzo.
Yeah, but she was talking about
and Danny
making an alliance, all girls alliance, all guys alliance.
That never happened.
I hate.
That never happened.
I hate when they try doing that. That is the most annoying thing.
Yeah, it's so stupid. It's not gonna work. But that's not happened yet. I mean, there might be some small girls together, but it's nothing there's a group and there's a group and there's nothing really like that. But she's kind of throwing herself in kind of everything, and I mean, who knows?
There was a few people we didn't get much camera time on this week, which was we got Christmas, Danny. Christmas, did Christmas even have a line?
I don't think she may have had one DR. I don't know.
Yeah. She had one little DR.
Yeah.
Nicole Anthony. I
nothing.
Don't think she
nothing.
said a peep.
She didn't. I didn't see her.
Yeah, it makes no sense. She was a fan. She won America's Favorite House Guest. Throw her on the TV.
Well, I'm sure
if she just smiles.
This week really nothing has happened. Everybody's scared to talk. The past 2 days maybe there's been more, but up until then, there for this episode especially, no one was doing anything. They were all just kind of hanging out,
scratching for some content.
The yard just now opened tonight, so they haven't had the yard. They've just been all cramped up. Everybody's scared to go in different rooms and be caught alone.
Talking, Well, I mean, nominations already happened. Go ahead and start talking.
Yeah, I mean at this point you gotta start sometime. But then so I just know Tyler, he's already got 4 or 5 me and you, we're going. We can do this. Yeah, he's already started doing that. He's got David, who else he have? David, Cody, maybe Davon. We lost you. There you are. Davon. And maybe one more. I think there's one more. I think he's got 4 that he's Bailey.
Davon was onto that. Davon had to
No. Davon, I'm pretty sure, was the one that kind of went to him and was hey, I loved watching you. I loved your game. I think we can work together. He's I'm glad you said that. And then hugged each other. It was weird. But yeah, Davon, him, him and Bailey, him and David, but like he's doing the same thing, which he's still like he's definitely laying lower because like people are like, why is Tyler being so weird? Why is he not like working everybody? Like he's kind of laying low and just like letting people come to him, and when they come to him, he talks. But like he's still, I mean, he's got 4 or 5 people that he's already like, me and you, we've got this. We can run this thing. Janelle and Kaser clearly they want to pull in like different people, but nothing's really solidified there. Memphis and Cody, they're really tight.
That was crazy when they walked in the room. I mean, it was just instant.
Well, I think from what people have said on Twitter that Derek and Dan like brought them together before it started. So
that would make sense.
Yeah, because there's literally no other connection other than that, and they're like they talk every morning and like they're very open to each other, and so it's not just like night one. They're like, hey, I like you. Like
yeah. Would you say that Cody and Nicole are closer, or Cody and Memphis are closer?
Cody and Memphis.
That's it.
I mean, because like I just feel like Nicole is just it's all fake. Like everything she does is just not real. Like she's not genuine. She's just like, and you can just tell she's out for herself and herself only, which is fair. But like she doesn't come across as
to an extent that's true, but I also think that's just kind of how she comes off.
Maybe.
Even though she actually is a little kind of genuine, I think she just seems ungenuine for some reason, but I think she is genuine.
I'm not a huge fan of her, but maybe. Her and Ian call themselves the Millions Club because they both won. So
that makes sense.
Yeah. I don't know. I mean,
I thought Big Brother was $500,000.
But together they make $1 million because
they
won.
I guess that could...
Yeah. But yeah, after tonight, I mean, anything changed for you? You have any feelings of like anybody that's good, bad?
I mean,
anybody in a better spot?
I think what's his name? I mean, I think Polly's actually in a decent spot.
Cody. I think he's in a good spot, but I think I think he failed as this first HOH. Like I think he had a chance to like blow it out of the water, and
what do you think he should have
done? When Janelle and Kaser come up, make sure they feel they're safe, and then if that's
in terms of that, yeah.
Yes, and like he has just sat back and like wanted it all to come to him when like that's not gonna happen. Like especially
if you're targeting someone in week 1, you're targeting someone.
And they're big targets. It's not like it's you gotta Nicole, Anthony, and David. Like
especially when they're told they have a chance for safety.
Yes, like if it's Nicole A and David, you can kind of play that game. But when it's Janelle and Kaser, like, come on.
I think in terms of like blood, I don't think he really drew any blood.
No, he wouldn't.
Kevin and who else did he throw up?
Janelle and Kaser are 100% after him.
I think they probably are.
No, they are 100%.
I haven't watched the feeds.
Without the feeds. Are you kidding me?
I mean, there's only speculation.
Kaser said in his DR, he was like, "This is it. Like, I'm coming after him."
Oh, okay. I may not have been paying all 100%.
He's what? Yeah, I mean, they wouldn't have played if they felt safe with him and liked him. They wouldn't have played. They played because, I mean, Cody had
it makes sense.
Cody had a chance.
He's in a bad spot. I don't think Cody's in a bad spot because he's got
people. Exactly, he's got people around him.
People have already been like, "I want to work with you." So I think for the most part, a lot of people in this house are pretty honest people.
Yeah.
Therefore, I mean that's hence the reason most of them haven't won. So I think for the most part, I think he's in a decent spot.
I just think he just misses Mark bad.
Janelle campaign against him, throwing him on the block next week. I mean,
that's his only thing. Like he can't have them win. I mean, he can play in the safety comp and hopefully win that. But I'm just saying, like I just think he missed really bad on if you're gonna target them, you can't miss. Like you gotta hit it. And if they come up to talk and be like, "Hey, like should I play?" No, you're good. Like with everybody else you've been saying, no, you're not going up. Like you're good with me, and then throw them up.
Kind of nonsense. Especially with the fact that people talk in the house. People talk. So when we go up to someone and they're like, "What did he say to you?" He told me I'm good.
I'm good. Yeah.
But then, he told me there's nothing. He didn't tell me one way or another. Oh, that's weird.
Yeah.
So
I don't know. Like I don't know. It just doesn't really make sense. Like, you would think they would come up there, hey, how you feel? Like, oh no, you're good. And then it's because he knew the safety suite was in play. This was like 30 minutes before it was like they had to make their decision. So like, what are you doing?
Yeah, he had an opportunity to possibly slow him down, which I think they probably would have played even had he told them you're good.
No, I don't think so. They waited till they had 1 second to put it on. Like,
well, I don't think they didn't want to encourage anyone else to go hit the button to play against.
Yeah, see, I didn't think about that. Maybe that was
so. I think they would have played anyways because literally before they even talked to him, they're like, "I think I'm going up."
Yeah,
because I mean it makes sense.
Yeah, but that's before they talked to him. So I thought like maybe they'll go talk to him. He will make them feel safe, and then they won't play.
It's possible, but then again, those two, they're both very smart.
Very smart, yeah. I mean,
players.
You got to think, like, even if he tells me this, who is he going to put up? Like, everybody seems to think they're safe.
They're
so, like,
obviously the big two.
It would have been a really easy two to throw up.
Yeah, definitely.
But no, I don't feel any type of way with the noms. I mean, if whoever, I don't really care because
Yeah,
Memphis. My pick, Memphis doesn't. I mean, you would think he'd be working with Keisha. He doesn't really seem to care. He's just like
were they
whatever.
on the same season?
Yeah.
Okay, yeah.
And they went to. I mean, they were Final 3, Final 4.
Mm-hmm. I think Nicole Anthony. I think she's in a good spot after this episode. A lot of good stuff after this episode.
I just feel like she's just not doing anything, just
exactly
in the
she's
shadows.
Go underneath the radar.
But yeah, I don't really care who goes. Like whoever, it doesn't really affect me either way.
I don't really care either. I mean, I wouldn't mind if Keisha goes. I don't. Again, she just doesn't seem to
do anything.
She doesn't interest me at all on the show. So
she's fiery. She'll fight. So
I'd like to see her blow up on somebody, but
nothing's happened. Literally, like no one talks. It's all just like everybody's hanging out, doing nothing. But now I think with the yard open, I think it's gonna everything's gonna get.
Does the
mixed up.
yard? Does it look like the traditional yard, or they do?
Yeah. I mean, there's a little more like seating areas, but for the most part, it's all the same.
Yeah.
There's not much you can really do with a yard the size of this room. So yeah.
Inflatables or something. I don't know.
Let's live inside. But
yeah, exactly.
Yeah. Any last thoughts? Anything you got?
Nothing in particular. I think. What do you think? Time out. They've already played POV, haven't they?
Yeah, I won't tell you what happened, but
okay, never mind them.
I mean, we can talk about it. I'm not gonna. I won't reveal anything.
I mean, what do you think? Who do you think's going to end up going home based off what you know already?
I think it's
or what we know.
I mean, I think Keisha, but it could go either way. I mean, we got till Thursday, so it's really kind of just now.
So they've already played they've played it and it's been used or not used.
Oh no, it's not been used or not used.
Oh, okay, that's good then.
Yeah.
So I think Keisha, I think she probably will too. I think Kevin's
but
really.
We gotta wait. I don't think anybody would use the veto even if they want it. Like, I don't think anybody's gonna get it and be like, "Oh, I need to use it." Like, I don't think Memphis.
I was thinking maybe if Kevin or Keisha wins. But
maybe, but I don't even see Janelle and Kaser taking Keisha off. I mean, maybe,
I wouldn't do that.
Maybe, but they don't have anybody. They're just looking for anything they can grab, so they might think, "Hey, we can get Keisha on our side."
That makes sense. I think that would put a little targeting on them though.
Dude, they've already got the target. I don't think the target is there.
Them?
I mean, I don't think everybody, but I think majority of the people, next week, it'll be the same as this week. It's I don't know who to put up. Nothing's happened.
Unless they're able to be like, hey, we got to work together. There's a big alliance forming over here. So unless they're starting to formulate people initially, I think if they pulled something off,
I don't know if they showed this, but Kaser was already we're going to war.
Yeah, I don't know.
He literally said that. He's we're going to war. I don't think they showed that, but there's definitely Janelle and Kaser are the two easy we got to get one of them out. We got to break them up.
Yeah.
And it's clear that everybody's yeah, but not every. I mean, there's definitely a group that's pro them, but there's also the group that's
Kaser
stupid.
The extra thing on her.
Yes,
which
stupid.
I mean, it makes sense for a partner.
It does,
but
it shows your hand.
They're not
going
to vote them both out week after week. I think they'll vote one out, and then the other one will stay for a few weeks.
Yep.
So, I mean, you rolling the dice and saying, I think they're going to take her first.
You just 100% show your hand at that point.
Yeah.
Which I think, if you didn't know by that point, you're stupid. Because, they're definitely they were on back-to-back seasons, and they worked together on those seasons.
Yeah.
So, I don't know. We'll see. I don't really have any thoughts on it. I don't really care who goes. I just think it's going to get way more interesting as the weeks go. I'm just ready for it to heat up.
Yeah, I hope so. I'm excited for some fire.
Some fire.
Brimstone.
But yeah, that's all you got. That's all I got. We appreciate you guys listening, and we will be back Wednesday night. Have a good one.
Yes, have a great week.